When we die, it doesn't all end. Something begins, something our eyes could never bear to see, but that some souls have witnessed. Blessed Katharina Emmerick and Sister Josefa Menéndez described what happens in those first instants after death. The moment when the soul leaves the body, passes through the fire of love, and is drawn toward the light of God. They saw the journey of the soul, step by step. But none of us can escape one haunting question. What will happen to me when that moment comes? Here is what the mystics revealed about the mysterious journey of the soul after death. The first stage, the separation from the body. For Blessed Katharina Emmerick, the moment of death is not total darkness. It is a passage, a tearing away that opens the soul to a reality more real than anything it has ever known. She described that moment in these words: "I saw the soul separate from the body like a light detaching from an extinguished flame. It knows everything in an instant. It knows who it is, what it has done and what it has not done, without anyone speaking to it. This is the moment of the personal judgment, an instant when, as the German mystic said, the whole life of man stands before him like an open book. There are no excuses, no justifications. It is the absolute truth about oneself." Sister Josefa Menéndez, the Spanish mystic who lived between 1890 and 1923, saw this same instant in several of her mystical experiences. Jesus himself revealed to her, "The soul, the moment it separates from the body, sees me as judge. It speaks no more, but understands everything. Nothing is hidden from it, neither the good it has done, nor the evil it has not repaired. It is a moment of total awareness where the soul understands not only its sins, but also the good it could have done and failed to do. It is not a judgment made of words, but of light, a light that both embraces and burns." In another vision, Emmerick described souls newly separated from the body, confused and suspended, as if waiting. Some rose light and serene, others remained as if chained, unable to move, held back by an invisible weight. That weight, she explained, is unpurified sin, the attachments to earth, the words left unsaid, the forgiveness refused. The body remains on earth, but the soul now knows that nothing can go back. And in that moment, its deepest desire is no longer to live, but to be purified, so that it can see God. After the judgment, Sister Josefa Menéndez said, "The soul feels the need to be purified. It is not God who condemns it. It is the soul itself that recognizes its impurity and yearns to be cleansed, to love God without shadow or stain." In her book, The Way of Divine Love, Josefa wrote, "When the soul understands the holiness of God and its own misery, it throws itself into the place where it can be purified, for it cannot bear the sight of such purity until it is entirely free from every stain." It's an extraordinary phrase. It is not fear that leads the soul to purgatory. It is love. The soul does not flee from God. It rushes toward him, but understands that to reach his embrace, it must pass through the fire that transforms. Emmerick saw this fire and described it not as a flame that destroys, but as a light that penetrates. The fire of purgatory is the love of God that cannot yet be possessed. It is a sweet and terrible fire that desires to unite and yet separates. In her visions, the German blessed saw souls in regions of increasing light, each level corresponding to the soul's degree of purification. The purer the soul becomes, the closer it moves to the light, and the stronger it feels God's presence calling to it. Sister Menéndez, on the other hand, saw the sorrow of souls still marked by the traces of earthly life. Some suffer for words spoken without love, others for having refused forgiveness, still others for their coldness toward God and toward their neighbor. These are not arbitrary punishments, but memories of wounded love. Every lack of love must be healed in the fire of love itself. That is why purgatory is not a place of despair, but of luminous hope. In a moving passage, Josefa reported the words that Jesus spoke to her. Tell souls that in purgatory there is both love and suffering. They love because they are certain of being saved. They suffer because they cannot yet possess the one they love. This is the second stage, purification, a mysterious process in which the soul never loses peace, even in its suffering, because it knows its destiny is light. After purification comes the third stage, union with God. But what does that mean? What truly happens? This third stage is something that no human language can fully describe: the union with God. Menéndez Katharina Emmerick saw it in a vision, and her words remain among the most powerful ever written on this mystery. I saw souls rise like sparks toward a light that had no more limits. And when they touched it, they were transformed. There was no more face, no more form, only love united with love. It is the moment when the soul enters the glory of God, where every tear is dried and every wound healed. The journey is complete. Pain becomes song. Sister Josefa Menéndez also described the vision of heaven, though most of her mystical experiences centered on purgatory and hell. But in one passage, Jesus told her, "When the soul enters heaven, one instant suffices to make it forget centuries of purification. Everything becomes love. Everything becomes me." This is the final promise. The third stage is the fusion with the love that created the world. No more shadow, no more time, no more distance. Emmerick saw this as a transfiguration, an eternal communion in which every soul finally finds its place in the light of God as part of the mystical body of Christ. Each soul, she said, has a unique sound in the great song of heaven. When it enters glory, that note is added, and nothing will ever be incomplete again. The three stages, separation, purification, and union, are not only a sequence after death. They are also a spiritual map for life itself. Because, as both mystics explained, what the soul experiences after death begins already here, in how we love, forgive, and seek God. Emmerick wrote, "Every suffering born with love is already a purification. Every act of charity is already a spark that lights the fire of heaven." And Sister Menéndez added, "If souls knew the power of a single act of pure love, many would be saved from purgatory." These words change everything. The journey does not begin at death. It begins every day, each time we choose whether to live for ourselves or for God. So what is death? Today, as we reflect on these three stages, we can understand that death is not a wall, but a door. Behind that door, there is not emptiness, but a path that each of us is already walking. Menéndez Katharina Emmerick said it with prophetic simplicity. The soul that loves God does not fear death, for death is only a veil that falls, and behind that veil is the face of the beloved. And Sister Menéndez confirmed, the mercy of Jesus is greater than every sin. No one should fear approaching him. Death is not punishment, it is return. This is the heart of their message, mercy. No matter how far we have wandered or how wounded we are, every soul has a path that leads to light. The only condition, do not close your heart. Brothers and sisters, the visions of Menéndez Katharina Emmerick and Sister Josefa Menéndez are not meant to frighten us, but to awaken us. They remind us that life is short, but love is eternal. That death is not the end, but the moment when everything done for love, and only for love, remains forever. The journey of the soul is not a dark mystery, but a promise of light. And the beauty is that we can begin to prepare for it even now, through prayer, mercy, and forgiveness. Because in the end, when our final breath leaves us, we will not be alone. An invisible hand will guide us through the darkness, and that hand has a name, Jesus. The soul that trusts in my mercy, Jesus told Sister Josefa, will not know the fear of death, but only the sweetness of returning home. Write in the comments, "Jesus, I trust in you. Guide my soul toward your light." Let us turn this space into a shared prayer, a chain of trust and love for all souls, those of yesterday, today, and tomorrow.